Step In is a weekly podcast to encourage, motivate, inspire you to step out of your comfort zone, to step in to what you have been designed for and to do. Hello, this is David Joe. Please join me this and every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my Step Out, Step In podcast, live on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube page, like and follow me on Facebook and LinkedIn. One more favor, share and comment. Hope to see you on Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and once again, thank you for tuning in to my weekly Step Out, Step In podcast every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be coming your way live on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube page, please do so, and don't forget to click on the notification bell so that anytime I post something, you will be notified. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you can do me a big favor, if you can share the link with at least one person, and that one person can also share with another person. Let's do that, and let's get into it. And I'm so excited to come your way this month. Step Out, Step In weekly podcast, live on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Just as I rightly said, and if you want to support this page, you can also do so by clicking on the Buy Me a Coffee link. It's right there in the description. Let me see if I can drop it in the comment box or the comment section. It says Buy Me a Coffee. Thank you for the thumbs up. Okay, let's see here. And again, sorry for the late start. You know, you cannot depend on technology 100%. Okay, so I just dropped the link in there. You can click on that. A $5 donation will go a long way to support this page and to make it better each and every week. And again, you can leave your comments. You can share, leave comments. Let me know how this is going, and if there are any topics you want us to talk about, yes, we can do so, and get a script for it. All right. So Let's dive into it. My name is David Joe. I'm a person of faith, and I am your friend. Hey, Chi, thank you for signing in. Hi, Chi. Just excited you're on here today. Okay, and if you leave a comment, I'm still working on this. So please leave a comment so I can acknowledge you. At least a hi, a thumbs up. Um, we'll go. Uh, will help me to acknowledge you, and I really appreciate anyone and everyone signed in to my Step Out, Step In podcast today. All right, so as I said, I'm a person of faith, and the most important thing is I am your friend. And let's do this tonight. Tonight, episode 37. Can you believe that? Episode 37. And in episode 37, I want to talk about steps of an intentional growth plan. In our organization, July is our month of leadership. And I believe that everybody has a leadership ability or capability on the inside of you. You know, when God created man, during creation says he said, let us make man in our own image and after our likeness. Thank you for signing in, MD Milan. I know I owe you a call. I'll do that. Thank you for your persistent follow-up. Thank you so much. Right, so I believe everybody has a potential, and as a person of faith, when God created us, he said, let us make man in our image after our likeness. Right after that, he said, let them have dominion. So I believe he relinquished dominion to us, and that is a form of leadership. Leadership is not a title, it is not a position, but leadership is about influence. Now, as long as you're able to influence one person, that makes you a leader. And I said the other time that the most important person to lead is you. So if you're able to lead yourself and influence yourself in a positive way, that makes you a leader. And everybody has a leadership ability or capability residing on the inside of them. So in this episode 37, I want to talk about steps of an intentional growth plan. You know, natural growth is inevitable, whether I like it or not. Day by day, you are going to grow. Whether I like it or not, you will grow. You don't have to do anything extra apart from eating and drinking. The rest will come by itself. But personal growth is intentional. Personal growth is intentional, ladies and gentlemen. And one of the things that I believe you can do for your life, for yourself, is to invest in your personal growth. I believe that everybody will be concerned when their child is not growing naturally or not developing the skills and potential such as clear vision, speech, hearing, their mobility, you name it. Every parent will be concerned. Every parent will be concerned. But then when it comes to our personal growth, sometimes or more often than not, we don't pay so much attention to it. Now, I made mention that it's developing skills and potential. Now, potential is one of the most wonderful words in any language. It looks forward with optimism. It is filled with hope. It promises success. It implies fulfillment. It hints greatness, potential, in a word based on possibilities. You know, I think about everyone's potential as a human being, and you get excited. At least you should get excited when you think about your potential as a human being. Working hard doesn't guarantee success, and hope isn't a strategy. You know, sometimes we say, I'm hoping for this, I hope for this. Hope is not a strategy. And how do you get better at what you do? How do you improve on your relationships? How do you gain more depth and wisdom as a person, how do you gain insight and how do you overcome obstacles? Whether we like it or not, obstacles we'll encounter obstacles, we'll face them. You know, I served a little bit in the military. One of the training, as part of the training, we have what we call the obstacle course, and it tells you that no matter your journey, you come across obstacles. Obstacles are not supposed to hinder you. They are not supposed to turn you back, but they're meant for you to overcome them. So you either go under them, beneath them, you go over them, you go around them, for you to overcome these obstacles. You work harder, and do you work longer, or do you wait for things to get better? You know, the sooner you make the transition to becoming intentional, the word here, the key word here is intentional. Intentional about your personal growth, the better it will be for every one of us. Because growth compounds and accelerates if you remain intentional about it. I said that natural growth is what? It's inevitable, whether you like it or not. Oh, somebody gives you thumbs down. What is a thumbs down? Tell me so I can better it. All right, you know, I like all those ones. So keep dropping them in. All right, so now you have to have a roadmap. You have to have a roadmap to personal growth and development. You definitely have to have one. You know, often we find ourselves with a desire to grow, but paralyzed with lack of direction. And in today's busy, overcrowded, productive market, we might have a million voices sending us in as many different directions. Now, when you get on social media, Facebook, now it's all over. You have all these voices pointing you today, they're pointing you to this direction, tomorrow you're pointing. But if you're not intentional and if you don't sit down to have your roadmap, you'll be following all kinds of directions that probably might not be leading you to the right direction. Getting started is a necessary phase of every personal growth journey, but it can also be the most uncomfortable. It can be the most uncomfortable. Yes, it can be. So, I want to share with you some quick start guide to launching your own personal growth journey. Let me do 6 of them tonight, and probably later on I'll see if I can get other ones. Thank you for signing in, Nana. It's always a joy to see you on here. Thank you so much, and thank you for the stars. Thank you so much for the stars. Yep. Okay. All right, so let's look at the first 6, and number 1 is make a commitment to intentionally grow. You have to make a commitment to intentionally grow. You know, somebody once said that a time comes when you need to stop waiting for the man you want to become and start being the man you want to be. You know, so there should be a time that you have to stop becoming the man you want to become, and you have to start being the man you want to be. Okay. All right. Just give me one moment. Okay. Great. All right, so no one improves by accident. Nobody improves by accident. Personal growth doesn't just happen on its own. And once you're done with your formal education, whatever it is, you must also take complete ownership of your own growth process, because nobody else would do it for you. Nobody can do that for you. You have to develop that yourself, by yourself. and you have to be intentional about it. Fulfilling your potential begins at your decision. You have to decide on your personal growth. You have to decide on your personal growth. And once you've made up your mind to grow, you open the door to make it happen. So once you make that decision, you have to take the steps to get into it. You have to make that step. You have to open that door in order to make it happen. So number one is make a commitment to intentionally grow. Number two, make your commitment public. Why am I saying that you should make it public? Now, when you are on your journey alone, when you're on that journey alone, you are much more likely to stray away from the pre-planned path. But then when a private commitment is a powerless commitment. But a shared commitment becomes a strong commitment. You know, when I wanted to begin this podcast, I'd always said privately that I wanted to do it, and it wasn't happening. Until the day that I posted it out there and I did a countdown that on such a time and a date like this, I'm going to start. And once I made it public, I was committed to it. Of course, it's not a perfect one. I'm not looking for perfection. Of course, it's not the best at the moment, but every day I think I'm improving on something. And the moment I made it public, that is when I was able to commit to it. Consistently, I've had 37 episodes, including that of today. But if I made this still the private commitment, I wouldn't have been here 37 episodes and counted. Yeah. So when you tell others about what you intend to do, it puts pressure on you to keep working at it. Of course, it puts pressure. I don't just get the content. I have to sit down, write some of these contents, research, add more to it, and all that. I mean, tweak it here and there. So it puts pressure on you. And because I've made it public, and because I announce it every week that every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be coming your way live, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, it puts that pressure on you to stay committed. And it is similar to having a deadline to keep you moving. So you can request that specific individuals ask about your progress. Yes, and I've had a few people ask me. I go places and I don't see them come on sometimes, but they tell me, hey, we're seeing what you're doing. Keep it up, keep doing it. And yeah, so that keeps me committed to it. And thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you, Deanna. Thank you so much. Okay, let's see. Nana says good evening. Good evening, Nana, to you. I know it's late at your end, but thank you for staying up late to tune in to this. Deanna, thank you. So it's incredible. Yes, thank you. That's encouraging. Yes. All right. So, number one, I said to have a quick start guide to launching your personal growth journey. Number one, make a commitment to intentionally grow. Number two is make that commitment public, because if you make it private, you can always stay back, because in that private commitment, it kind of falls into your comfort zone. That doesn't give you any pressure stepping out into what you have been designed to do and to be. Number three is identify the areas where you would like to grow. You know, personal growth requires intention, and intention requires focus. You know, funneling your efforts into specific areas of improvement gives direction to your personal growth and allows your results to increase exponentially over time. You're not going to get better overnight, but it's all when you've done it over and over and over that makes you get better. So pick between 2 or 5 areas where you would like to grow. Now, I say five is heavy. 5 is a heavy commitment. But 1 is too singular. When you restrict yourself to just 1, it is too singular. But in between 1 and 5, pick, or let's say 2 or 5, pick where you like to grow. And once you pick where you like to grow, you should invest your time. And I say you should invest your time. Time is essential. And anything you invest time in, over time, it's going to pay off. The initial stages is not going to be pleasant. It's not going to be easy. But once you invest your time in it, at least in one area of your choices and at least one area of your skills, once you invest your time in, you will get better every single day. You will get better. So I said number 1, as a quick start guide to launching your personal growth, make a commitment to intentionally grow. Number 2, make your commitment public, because private commitments will not really help you out. And number 3, I said identify the areas where you like to grow. Pick 2 to 5, in between 2 to 5 areas where you like to grow, and invest your time in it. These days it's very easy to waste time on unnecessary things. I mean, I set up this timer on my social media feed one time, and I got onto it. I just wanted to test to see how it's going to go, and I got on it. And within the short, I was thinking I'd been on for just about 10 minutes. By the timer came up 30 minutes, I set up a 30-minute timer, and it was like just 10 minutes. I was in there browsing, but within a short time, 30 minutes popped up. And that is how much time we can waste unconsciously. But when we can flip that and invest our time in something more productive, something more beneficial, you will definitely gain from it. So number 4 is invest an hour a day in your area of growth. An hour a day. You might think that an hour is too long, but if you invest an hour a day into an area of growth, it is said that within 5 years, or at least within 3 years, you can become an expert in that area. So remember, fulfilling your potential begins at your decision to grow. That is the number 1 thing you make. You want to decide to grow. But it is a decision you must continue to make. And that includes weekends and holidays. So consistently, it compounds and creates growth-centered habits. It is said that habits, it takes about 21 days to develop a habit, to develop an attitude, to develop a habit. But after 21 days, it is so hard to get rid of it. But if you consistently do something over for 21 days, it becomes a habit. I one time I signed up to a program, one of these leadership programs, and part of the books that we were reading was Think and Grow Rich. And the facilitator asked us to read one particular chapter 21 times consistently, consecutively. And anytime you broke reading that chapter a day, you have to start all over again. And guess what? I broke it more than 3 times. But until I decided that this time I'm not going to break it, but I'm going to focus on it, that was when I was able to read through that particular chapter 21 days in a row without breaking it, because I had to make a decision. So how should you spend this hour each day. Number one, you spend it by preparation, practice, and reflection. I say, how do you spend that 1 hour a day? By preparation, by practice, by reflecting on it, reflection. So preparation, or to prepare to grow yourself, you have to put yourself in the mindset of someone who's about to, number one, unlearn, learn, and progress. Why am I saying unlearn? Because sometimes the things that we think we know, we allow that to become an impediment. So what I do, and what I've been taught from these leadership conferences that I attend, they tell you that unlearn whatever you've learned in the past in order to relearn. Because once you unlearn, you have room to relearn and to learn more. And that can cause you to progress. Number two is to practice. Practice something in your area of growth. You know, nobody becomes a master overnight. It's from consistent practicing. Nobody becomes a master overnight. It's by how you practice and how you consistently practice. You know, and they say that practice makes perfect. I mean, I believe we've all heard that expression, that practice makes perfect. But perfection gives that illusion of an expiration date. You know, the only perfect person that walked upon the surface of this earth ever was Jesus Christ, and apart from him, no other person has been perfect or is perfect except me. I'm just kidding. You know, no human being is and can be perfect. That is why sometimes when you look at some of these people who want to be perfect or want to attempt to have everything perfect, you see them so frustrated. Because you can never have everything perfect. But when it comes to excellence, yes, you can work in excellence, work towards excellence, and that is what we all need. So the expression that says that practice makes perfect, I want to rephrase that for you tonight. Instead of it being perfect, it's rather practice makes progress. Because the more you practice, the more you progress. The more you get better at it, the more you become an expert or an expertise. So instead of practice makes perfect, next time you hear somebody say that, just tell the person, hey, I have a new way of rephrasing that for you. You cannot be perfect in what you practice over and over and over, but you can progress. You can get better at it. You know, Tiger Woods didn't get better at what he's doing overnight. It took him years of constantly practicing his swings, hitting those golf balls. You know, Michael Jordan didn't get better. I mean, he had to, when people were sleeping early morning, he'll wake up and he'll be practicing. And out of that consistent practice, he progressed. He got better. He never got perfect, but he got better. So what you constantly and consistently practice on, you will make progression. You make headway. And the third thing is to reflect on your investment. Reflect on your investment. Reflect on your investment. Thank you for tuning in, William. Oh, thank you so much. I know it's late at your end, but you're still on here. Thank you. And, I'm in progress. But don't worry, it will surely come. All right, Diana, thank you. Time. Gee, yeah, LOL. I love that. I'll keep the comments coming. All right, so reflect on your investments. Now, when you reflect on your investments, look at what went right and why, and what went wrong and why. What can you do better next time? It is in this step that your commitment reveals itself. You're not always going to get it right the first day. And one of the things that I usually do is I make room for mistakes. I want to make those mistakes. I want to make them big. But then I want to learn from the mistakes so that I don't repeat the mistakes. Because anytime you repeat your mistakes, it means you are not learning from them. Since I'm not a perfect human being, I'm not a perfect man, I'm still a work in progress. Yes, I'll make room for the mistakes, but I want to learn from it. Why did I make this? What can I do next time to make it better? I need to reflect on my investments, investing in my time. What can I do to reflect on them? What can I do to learn from them where I can make it better each and every week? You know, the fruit of everything good in life begins with a challenge, what is part of life. Everything worthwhile is uphill. And this is one of the favorite sayings from Dr. John Maxwell. Everything worthwhile is uphill. That means that you're not going to get it easy or you're not going to get it cheap. In fact, God did not call us to something that is easy. God called us to something that is worth it. If everything were to be easy, everybody would have become a champion. But He called us to something that is worth it. Right. So I said, number one, you have to make those, number one, in order to quick start that guide to launching your personal growth journey. Number one, make a commitment to intentionally grow. Number two is make your commitment public. Number three is identify the areas where you like to grow. Number four is invest at least 1 hour a day in your area of growth. And number five is invest an hour a week on reflection and writing what you're learning. You know, this is one of the areas where we don't really do well. Let me put it that way. I think this was said by Peter Drucker, and he said, follow effective action with quiet reflection. Let me say that again. It says, follow effective action with quiet reflection. From a quiet reflection will come even more effective action. You know, there are many different ways of growing and an infinite number of lessons to be learned in life. But there are some kind of growth that comes to us only if you and I are willing to stop, pause, and allow the lessons to catch up with us. You know, we live in a fast-paced environment, yes, and sometimes because we live in that fast-paced environment, everything is at a go. I mean, we don't even pause to reflect. We don't even stop to consider what we're learning or what we've learned or what we've been through. Everything. I mean, we're always on the go. But when when a dedicated reflection aid, a dedicated reflection aid in growth. But if we don't journal, if we don't write things down, yet we start with just jotting. One of the things that I consciously do every day is to learn something new, and when I get that, I write it down somewhere. And I have OneNote, what do you call it? This app from Microsoft, and I have all the pages set up on it. And I have where I write my daily quotes on daily basis. Every day I try to learn something new. It doesn't matter how big or how small it is. So So let's dedicate a week, an hour a week to reflect. And dedicated reflection aids in growth. But if we don't journal, start with at least jotting something down. A few captured thoughts each day results in a wealth of directional insights at the end of the week. Now, every day, what I also, I've been posting these daily tips every Tuesday, and these are quotes that I write myself every week. I try to come up with one every week because I'm committed to posting this, and consistency is the other key. Sometimes we start something with all lose that the momentum, and that causes you to stop. But once you remain consistent, that is another key for growth. All right, so I said number one, make a commitment to intentionally grow. Number two, make your commitment public. Number three, identify the areas where you like to grow. Number four, invest an hour a day in your areas of growth. Number five is invest 1 hour a week on reflection and writing what you're learning. Number six, the last but not the least, Number six, the last but not the least, share your growth with someone. Someone to share your personal growth with. I'll say that community has the same effect on progress as it does on commitment. But sharing your growth with someone has the added benefit of encouraging the listener as well. Don't ever spend time with people who aren't thrilled with your progress. Identify those who are thrilled with your progress and at least share some of these thoughts with them, what you're learning. It helps. Because when you share what you're learning with somebody, it sticks with you. And if you become intentional with your personal growth, you'll outgrow almost everyone you know. And sometimes the people in your circles will not like it. But that is the intention. That is your intention, personal growth plan. And let me ask you this question as I wrap up. Have you made your commitment? And your growth should be your highest or your top priority. Your growth, your personal growth should be the top or your highest priority. So make a commitment to intentionally grow, number one. Number two, make your commitment public. Don't make it private, because once you make it private, it keeps you in that comfort zone. There's no pressure on you whether you do it or not. Nobody knows except you, and you can sit on it for years and nothing happens. But once you make it public, you are committed to your word. Identify the areas where you like to grow. Invest an hour a day in your area of growth or in your areas of growth. Invest an hour a week reflecting and writing what you're learning. And after you've done all that, share your growth with someone. Share your growth with someone. And every week, this is how I end my podcast. Step out of every distraction. Step in, being focused. The world needs your unique gift, talents, and abilities. And that's what I say, that every one of us, everyone is loaded with unique gift, talents, and abilities. Nobody came into this world empty-handed. God packaged you with unique. That is why you're so special. That is why you're so unique. That is why God made you one of a kind. There's none who ever look like you. There's nobody dead and gone yet to come who ever look like you. You were custom made. And anything that is custom made, you never get a duplicate anywhere. So be that original. Don't be a duplicate following other people and trying to be like somebody else. Be you. And let those unique gift, talents, and abilities be unwrapped. Don't leave this world with those gifts still unwrapped inside you. And again, thank you for tuning in to my Step Out, Step In podcast. Just give me a moment and I'll be right back as you watch this space. All right, so again, thank you for tuning in to episode 37 of my weekly Step Out, Step In podcast, live on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube page, please do so, and follow me on Facebook and LinkedIn. Don't forget to comment, and don't forget to support this page by clicking on the Buy Me a Coffee. All right, so just wrapping up now, but let me do this before I finally sign off. Okay. Hey, this is David. I'm a pastor at All Nations Church, Virginia, located down here in Stafford, Virginia. I want to personally invite you to worship with us this Sunday. When you get here, you'll find a welcoming family. You'll participate in our uplifting praise and worship songs. You'll also hear a Christ-centered, dynamic message. We are a church to come discover, where we are restoring people and releasing their potential by connecting them to God. And we are located at 1449 Courthouse Road, Stafford, Virginia. And the zip code is 22554. We'll see you this Sunday at 2 p.m. All right, so again, if you're looking for a Bible-believing, family-oriented church, we would like to personally invite you to join us every Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the address again is 1449 Courthouse Road, Stafford, Virginia, 22554 is the zip code. If you need more information, please visit us on the web, www.allnationsva.org, or you can send us an email through contact@allnationsva.org. If you click on that QR code, you can also get some more information. Okay. And again, I wanted to introduce my spiritual father every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Catch him live on Facebook and YouTube on the Ambassador of Hope. These are live teaching messages which we get it for free. I know other people pay thousands of dollars to go listen to some of these things, which he's giving it to us for free. These teachings are life-changing, destiny-shaping, and it will help you in your spiritual or personal life, your career, your business, your education, many more, you name it. Subscribe to his YouTube page and share as you join every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Facebook, it's the Ambassador of Hope page. On YouTube, it's Frank Ofosu-Appiah, the official. And that is my spiritual father, Dr. Frank Ofosu-Appiah.
Advanced Life presents Iron Sharpens Iron 2023 from July 19th through 23rd at All Nations Caras House, the place to learn, unlearn, and relearn leadership. Conference speakers Frank and Mary Ofosu-Appiah, Sam Chand, Courtney McBath, Jana Alcorn, Mensa Otabil. A special worship night with Nathaniel Bassi. Register now using the mobile app or visit advancedlife.org. Iron Sharpens Iron 2023. from July 19th through the 23rd. Register now using the mobile app or visit advancedlife.org.
You're going through a dark place, but you can make it light. You're going through a place of sorrow, but you can make it a place of laughter. Because when your heart is set on a pilgrimage, you change the environment you are in.
Iron Sharpens Iron 2023 from July 19th through 23rd at All Nations Caras House. Register now using the mobile app or visit advancedlife.org.
Jesus didn't try to go in there, analyze the situation, diagnose the situation, interrogate the parents. He just walks in there and he speaks. Hi. I want to encourage somebody in here to speak life over every area of your life.
Iron Sharpens Iron 2023 from July 19th through 23rd at All Nations Caras House. Register now using the mobile app or visit advancedlife.org.
Casting crowns, lifting heads, bowing hearts is all we came to do. Casting crowns, lifting heads, and bowing hearts.
Iron Sharpens Iron 2023 from July 19th through 23rd at All Nations Caras House. Register now using the mobile app or visit advancedlife.org.
All right, so this Wednesday is when the flagship Iron Sharpens Iron Conference kicks off. It is not too late to register. You can download the app from Apple Store or the Google Play Store and register through it. It's only $160. Now this is just you serve breakfast and lunch during the time of the conference, and I'll say that alone, the $160 will cover the meals alone, because it's the heartbeat of my spiritual father. This is just like offering it to us for free. But you know, sometimes anything free you don't really value, but when you invest a little bit in it, you know, you invest in your personal growth, it goes a long way. All right, so if you haven't registered yet, please do so. It is not too late. Wednesday through to Sunday. On Saturday, there's going to be a musical concert with Nathaniel Bassey. No, I wouldn't say musical concert. It's a worship night. You know, concert is different, but this is where we all participate. It's a worship night. And if you've ever attended any of Nathaniel Bassey's worship services, it is unique, amazing. Invite family and friends. Let's go in. Let's get better. Let's develop ourselves and develop your personal growth. All right, so let's see here. Okay, just one moment. Okay, just. All right, so this brings me to the end of another week. It's been a joy to come your way every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, next Monday, I'll be taking a break. I'll be in Atlanta, Georgia, for the ISI Leadership Conference. As of now, I'm not planning on streaming on the Monday, but let's see, anything can happen if the network should work over there, but I'll see. But it's likely I'll take a break on next Monday, so we'll catch you up the following Monday after this coming Monday. So let's meet again at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as we watch this. I say have a wonderful, amazing, fruitful, productive week. If you happen to be in Atlanta this week on Wednesday, I'll catch you live. And let's meet again. And until then, this is David Joe signing off, and I say goodbye.